Hello, and welcome to our first micro lesson. Today we're going to focus on how we and our students process information. This lesson is going to form the basis of many of the lessons to come. Understanding how information is processed will give us insights into how we can build better slides for learning. To demonstrate this, let's start with a test of your memory. On the next slide, I'm going to show you a list of words. I want you to try to remember as many as you can. Don't write them down. Don't take a screenshot of them. Just try to memorize them. Are you ready? These words are only going to be up for about 10 seconds. Go. They're about to fade. Now, I can't see you, but I've done this test many times with groups of instructors, students, and conference attendees. And each time the results have been consistent. Let's see if it works here. I'm going to say a word, and I want you to try to recall if that was on the list. First word, slumber. Was it there? Yep, it's there. It's the first word on a list, and it tends to be remembered. Next word, nap. Was it there? Yep, it was there too. It's the third to last item on the list, which usually doesn't have a high recall rate, but I cheated a bit by highlighting it in green to draw your attention. Last word, sleep. Was it there? Nope. Now, many of you may not have thought it was there, yet every time I run this little mini experiment, a few people admit to thinking sleep was there. Maybe you're not one of them, but show this to some friends and I bet someone will think the word sleep was there. Why does this happen? To understand why this happens, we'll have to turn to our model of memory, which consists of two pieces. A teeny tiny working memory connected to a huge, almost infinite long-term memory. When information comes in, often there's too much, like how I gave you too many words, so some is forgotten. In addition, working memory is very short-term. It fades very quickly. You can do rehearsal, like saying the words over and over again, trying to help keep them in your working memory, but after a while, even that's not going to work, and you will forget. What's left can finally make it to your long-term memory and be encoded. Now, long-term memory is not just sitting there passively wondering what's going on. It's trying to help. So it says, oh, I see you're trying to remember some words. Well, lucky for you, I know a bunch of these words too, and it gives them to you. That's why some of you may have thought of the word sleep. As well, modifying this process, we have something called attentional resources. And there are two aspects to this. First, there's bottom-up attention. These are things that automatically draw your attention. Like how I colored one of the words in green in the list so that you would notice it and likely remember it, despite the fact it was one of the last words in the list. Second, there's top-down attention. These are things we pay attention to because we feel they're important to us. Our mind's looking for them. This is also called goal-seeking. Lastly, all of this is filtered by our cognitive biases. For example, the bias of primacy, which can help explain why most of you remembered the first item on my list of words. And as always true, we have to keep in mind that all models are wrong, some models are useful. But this is the model we're going to use for many of the micro lessons to come. In fact, our next micro lesson is going to investigate what saying too much information means. Future lessons will look at attention resources, delve into the inner workings of working memory, and more. There's no need to watch the lessons in order. Feel free to jump around to search for ideas that you feel you need in the classroom. And if you're looking for more help, there are lots of books on this. Lang and his Small Teachings is one of my favorites. His basic premise, fundamental pedagogical improvement is possible through incremental change, is really at the core of what we're trying to do in this channel. My next favorite, How Learning Works, and I really love their approach as they take research but apply it in real-world situations. Lastly, there are many other honorable mentions. Links are below. But I would be remiss if I did not save the last call out for Edward Tufte, whose work in data visualization started me on this journey. Thanks for listening. Please subscribe, tell your friends, and we're always looking for your feedback and suggestions. Thanks.